Good evening, my stamping friends. I am a little wee bit early. Not a lot, just a little. So here we are on February 13th. So it's a Tuesday. So I am here live on Tuesday as normal. Or as normal as I try to get. Anyway, we have some of us choose to celebrate Valentine's Day tomorrow. My husband and I are going to a local microbrewery, and they're having a little dinner thing. Some wine and beer tasting and a charcuterie, and I don't know, you got a whole bunch of stuff for your ticket. So anyway, that's what we're doing tomorrow night. So if you have plans, throw them in the comments. Love to know what you're doing. And if you're staying home in your PJs and eating Chinese takeout, that works too. You know, like, why go out and make pay a crazy amount of money for something? I always tell Rich, please don't buy me flowers at this time of year because they're crazy expensive. So anyway, let us know what's going on with you. All right, we should be just about there, are we? Let me check. We are. It is 7 o'clock, so we can get going. So again, I am Leslie Percival, and I am with LuvINK&Paper. So this is our host code for this month. Okay. So we are just a couple of, right now we're a couple of days into, about 2 days into the subscription period for Memorable Meadows Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay. It is going to, the picture was beautiful. I'm so excited about this. So you're going to get 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 envelopes. Hoping that means real pretty ones that we can cut up. Anyway, some pre-cut vellum and wood embellishments. It will coordinate with the Meandering Meadows Sweet collection. You know what? Let me just grab. Hang on. Don't go away. I'm right here, I promise. Let me just see if I can find the Meandering Meadows Suite in here. Maybe it is. Hang on. Maybe it's an annual catalog suite. Hang on. Let me just check, because I didn't see it in the mini. So let's take a peek in the annual catalog here. And usually, right in the front, we have our table of contents. Let's see here. Okay. Masterfully made. Oh, I wonder if Meandering Meadows is, you know what, I bet it is. And I haven't printed it yet. I bet it's the new online exclusives. That's what it is. So sorry about that. So Memorable Meadows, I don't have the Meandering Meadows Sweet collection to share with you because it is an upcoming online exclusives. But so it's some pretty colors to coordinate, and a garden green ink spot. So, and you can still, I believe, get this Love of Spring dies add-ons. So some of these dies will coordinate with that suite, with that kit, and also the one that should be arriving to people pretty soon. I'm looking forward to getting mine. Anyway, the March one, though, also includes a free stamp set because it's Paper Pumpkin's birthday. So what I started to say was you only have a few days. Well, really you have 2 weeks and 2 days. So what's that? 14, 15, 16 days to take advantage of the Celebration sweet spots. Okay, so don't forget about that, because if you prepay for a subscription, you can get some lovely free goodies out of the Celebration brochure. And yeah, that's always a good thing. So let's take that and put all that aside for now. And I thought we would do a little bit of crafting tonight with the, whoops, where'd it go? All right, Leslie. I am having a hard time finding things tonight. I don't quite know why. Oh, well, I was looking on the wrong page. That'd do it. Okay. So we'll play a little bit with this lighter than air. We are going to use pretty much everything out of it. I'm going to use some designer series paper. I've pre-stamped and pre-die cut, but we will be using the stamps and dies. Some of the twine and some of the gems, or what do they call them? Adhesive back dots. Rainbow adhesive back dots. So we're going to play with a little bit of all of that. So I have the twine here. It's very pretty. The colors are lovely. And I have the dots here. Okay, so we've got some of those. All right, so let's see. Let's do this one. So this one is kind of a cool, I've done a couple of cards this way. Let me grab the other one I did the other day. So the split front, where you have, I'm going to just turn that over just for a second. I'm not quite ready for you to see. So you do a sort of a regular card base, and then you chop off a chunk, and then you put some of the chunk back on at the bottom, and you connect the two pieces. So they call that a split front card. So the one I made while my friends were here the other day used the ice cream cone. And the person that wrote the tutorial that I followed for this one had actually used a window sheet in here, which totally would be fine, and might even, and I think part of the reason I'm struggling with this is because I didn't glue up quite high enough, so I'm going to probably stick some glue down in there. But anyway, as long as you only adhere to the top and the bottom, this, whatever you have over here, serves as the anchor or whatever to hold those pieces so that you open all at once, which is kind of fun. So we are going to do a similar card, but this time we are going to use a little piece of vellum, which will just kind of mute the designer series paper that we're going to put on the inside. Okay, so that just means we've got this, and if we have this like that, and this like that, then when you're looking at this with your balloon and stuff, this isn't super bright. Okay, so that designer series paper gets softened a little bit with the vellum. All right, so let's start by putting this in the inside. All right. If you have any Easter egg dies, this paper would be perfect for that. It's just, you know, lots of cute little Easter eggs. And those little scallops are so much fun. Okay. Oh, that's real hair. It was attached. I had this hair hanging down here, and I could see it. I don't know if you could see it, but it was driving me a little batty. Anyway, let me get these pieces out. Okay, I did not use my die brush and I should have. So let me grab my take your pick tool and I'll just poke out all these little holes. All right. So I hope everybody's doing all right. Anybody else sad that we didn't get snow today? I was very sad. I really wanted a snow day from school. Because there's a reason. Not that I don't like children. Because clearly I wouldn't be a teacher if I didn't like children, right? Anyway, I am very close to finishing book number 2 in a Nora Roberts series that I'm reading. And so I wanted to stay home and finish that. Plus the 3rd book in the series arrived yesterday afternoon. So I was like, oh, I could finish one and start the next. And yeah, I had dreams of just hanging out in my jammies reading today, but 'twas not to be. Oh, I don't need that one. That's a piece I've got to put in somewhere else. All right. There's my little cover so I don't stab myself, because we don't want to do that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I think, where is my, here it is. I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet because I think with all these little pieces this is going to be important. And I think, even though I normally would use seal, I think I'm going to run the tiniest line of adhesive down there and add this to it like that. Okay. And I don't think, oh, it oozed out a little bit, but since this is vellum, it won't hurt anything to just wipe that off a little bit. Okay. So now that that's there, now what I can do is line this up at the bottom where I want it, nice and even. Then I'm going to take and put a tiny line here and a tiny line here, like that. And now when I fold this over, that will have adhesive actually on both edges. Okay, so see, so there's a little bit here and a little bit there, so that really got glued well. All right, now if you are somebody that worries about people being able to see that, you could put some designer series paper here if you wanted. Okay, I am not one of those people. I think that if anybody is opening your card and criticizing that you didn't cover that edge or something, then they are one of those people that never get another one of your handcrafted cards ever again. Actually, maybe you just put them on probation and they get one more try. And then if they blow it, then they never get another one. Anyway. All right, so this is the designer series paper, cut to fit. We'll just use a little, oh, I've got a seal over by my right hand. I got one over here. Good grief, I've got seal everywhere. Okay, so we're just going to put this piece to fit up here. And so depending on, and you can cut this piece as wide or as narrow as you want. So you can have as big or as small, like the opening on this card was much bigger, okay? Nearly an inch bigger here, okay? So you can make this empty space wider or narrower based on whatever you're putting there. Okay, so let's put that there. And we're going to grab our balloon and start oh, wait. Let's finish one project at a time here, Miss Leslie. Let's get our designer series paper on here. And since these chevrons are pointing up, it would be good if these were also pointing up. So, you know, sometimes if your designer series paper has a direction, kind of pay attention to it. So that you don't have some going up and some going down, whatever. All right, now we can work on our balloon. And I'm going to put it on here just because the pieces will all show up a little better. All right. Yep, I think that's all of them. All right, so we're going to put our designer series paper on here like this. Okay. Then we're going to put the scallopy part on here. And I think we're going to use this. So this is Tombow. It's that green glue, liquid adhesive, whatever you want to call it. I just put it in this container, but I forgot to shake it down to get it into that tip. So let me see if we can get it down there so that when I squeeze, it will come out and not in a huge blob. There it comes. Okay, so we'll just get some little tiny, you don't need a lot, you just need a little. And if I drag that tip right along the paper, it's going to sort of spread that little bead that might develop out a little bit. So we just need a little bit like that, and then a couple of little spots along the edge. I think we're in pretty good shape here. All right. I'm going to lay that on its side, so that will be okay. So then we'll put that here, like that. Okay. And then we'll put this here, like that. And that way we'll have our little basket on there. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit, whoops. Oh, I thought laying it on its side was gonna do the trick. Had to give it a pretty good shake over there. There it comes. There we go. Okay. Okay. And I did do a little bit of a mess here, but I think we got most of it. And if we didn't, I'll just let it dry and we can use the adhesive remover. All right. There we go. Now, let me just check and see if we're using... Yeah, we want some dimensionals. Make this beautiful hot air balloon card stick out a little bit. So let's grab some of these. So... Okay, I think it'll be all right. You are going to be able to see the, so if you're really put the dimensionals through the, I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So when you open the card, you can see the dimensionals. So if that bothers you, you could put another hot air balloon in here. Okay. You could put something else in here. Or you could just not, make sure that you're only putting your dimensionals where they're not going to show. Okay. So again, it depends on how particular you are. I am not that particular. All right, so then we have our wish big that we're going to put over this way. So a little bit of it is going to be supported by the edge of the balloon. So we only need our dimensionals over here. Just a couple this way. Whoops, I think I picked up one more than I meant to. And then we'll put just a little bit of adhesive right over here. Like that. All right, so we'll put that there, we'll put that there. Then we'll tie a little bow with some balmy blue for some contrast. And I'll actually do a double bow, I think. So I take a little bit, I kind of double it up, okay? And again, if you're fussy about your bows, don't watch me, because I don't care if things get a little twisted or whatever. Oh, little frog in my throat all of a sudden. Not sure where that came from. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So that's all the waste I had. That little tiny bit. So that's why I do it on the spool, just so you know. Okay. And actually that side is a little bigger than I wanted. And I had some glue dots here. They were here a minute ago. I wonder where they ended up. Do you guys see them? Because I don't. I don't know what I did with them. Okay. All right, well, I guess what that means is I'm going to do, I thought maybe, sometimes I keep some of the ones from like a paper pumpkin kit or something over here, but I don't see those either. I was sure I had some. Okay, well, we'll just put a dot of liquid adhesive, maybe a bigger dot than that. Maybe a double dot, like that. And set it in there and just hold on to it for a second. It won't hurt anything. Okay. And then we'll add a few gems here while that's drying. All right, take your pick tool. What do we got here? Let's put a pink one right here and a blue one. Whoops, hold on. We have a Houston, we have a problem. Just a small one, no worries. Just shifted off the glue dot that attached it. Not really a problem. Okay, so we'll put one of those there. Maybe we'll put one of these. Over here. Like that. And then a yellow. Down here. And I think a fresh freesia one. Let's just put it out here. Like that. Okay, there we go. Cute. And then, you could put white on the inside for writing. You could put your message on the back. There's, you got lots of choices there. All right, let's see what's next here. All right. So this one, we have a few die cuts to go with it. Okay. And I think we're going to start by gluing this. Just the teeniest bit. Curious about who's out there, so if you're there, give me a little shout out. Oops, I kind of put that. Oh no, I did that right. Okay, let's cover that up and just take a peek. Oh well, good evening, Kathy. Glad you're here. All right. There we go. Okay, that can stay there. And this is from the Thoughtful Moments dies. Isn't that paper cute? You could do it either way, as bumps or as scallops this way. It doesn't make any difference. All right, we have some little clouds from the hot air balloon dies, and nice thick basic white base. You have this piece of designer series paper that we're just going to put. Oh, I really like the stripes. I think it might be too much with this, but it's such pretty paper. I love it. Okay, so we have that there. Then we can add, like, there just isn't a bad side to this paper. You could just dot those with a yellow marker, and now you've got daisies. I love it. Okay. There we go. And now we've got our hang in there. I'm going to trim this. I don't usually do this by hand, but this one is pretty skinny. So I'm going to just go as straight as I can. And I'm going to do this first. And I'll tell you why. Yes, Leslie, tell us, why did you trim those ends first? Because now the blade of my scissors can almost get this in one cut across. So I don't have to worry about moving them, and I stay pretty straight. Okay, and I think I'm going to go back across the top just a smidge. And so you see why trimming this was better than trying to stamp straight on such a little piece. Yeah, that would have been next to impossible. All right, so let's get our little balloon here onto some dimensionals. So we'll have a couple here. We'll put a little mini dimensional on the basket, like that. And oh, good thing I have another sheet of regular size dimensionals. Not that I can't use the edges, because I sure can. Now I'm going to try, oh, in fact, you know what? I am going to use the edges, and I'll show you why. I'm going to take this little bit, and I'm going to take the straight edge, and I'm going to go right down here, and I think it's, yep. So I can cover the two ends with that little piece across, and that will help it stay where I want it. And I don't have to worry quite as much about the basket coming off. Okay. All right, let's get all those off of there. So for those of you who are local and like to get out and do something fun, let's see, are we going to go up this way or up this way? Let's go this way. And actually, I'm going to go just outside the die cut, just a smidge. I sometimes like to do that, just kind of leak outside that. And I don't know, I just think it looks good. All right, so then we're going to put the skinniest little bit of adhesive right actually, let's put it on the bottom of the cloud. Just pull that across like that. All right. And put our hang in there, right there. Okay. So we have a cloud there. We're going to add a few little dimensionals. Where'd those minis go? I covered them up. So put one up there. And one down here. Okay. There. So we'll put this, and we'll just sort of bump it up against that, I think. Yeah, just like that. hang in there, and then we'll put this little cloud on a couple of mini dimensionals here. We'll put that one over here. Again, kind of coming out away from, but I want to make sure I'm not over the edge of my card too. You ever watched a video where somebody went out over the edge of the card and I'm going, it's not going to fit in the envelope? You should hear me talk to my computer while I'm watching these videos. I'm telling you, I talk to all the demonstrators. Kind of like when I'm coaching, when I'm helping Bill coach. And now it'll have to be helping Gerard coach. For those of you that follow football, you know that the Patriots, oh, you know what? I should have put another. We're going to put a gem up there. Where did my gems go? Right here. All right, before I tie my next bow, I'm going to just add a couple of gems, and we're going to just cover that. There, we're just going to use one of these nice, pretty blue ones right there. Ha! Done. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's okay. All right, then we'll put a small purple one there, fresh freesia, and then let's add a bigger purple one kind of over here. And now we have our triangle and our 3. Okay, that's good. Now we can add a little bow, and I think we're going to go blue again. Yep, I think we will. If they had fresh freesia in there, I probably would have gone with that, but I'm not sure I wanted yellow, and I know for sure I didn't want the Calypso Coral. Didn't want that anywhere close to this card. We might get there some other time, but not today. That is just not a good color combo. All right. So I'm pretty sure that on Monday I'm going to head down and see little Miss Baby Audrey again. Unless something comes up. So I've been trying to schedule visits with no more than 4 or 5 days. I think this one's going to be a little longer than that, though, between visits. She is just changing so much. I'm not sure I noticed when my own children were babies like that how fast they were changing. But I think it's because you see them every single day, like 24 hours a day. Like you're always with them, you know? And even just a couple of days, I go, oh my gosh, she looks bigger in those clothes. Oh my gosh, these diapers aren't fitting quite the same. It's just, it makes my mind crazy. All right, I didn't go find any more glue dots, so you know I'm going to move something on this table and they're going to show up. They just are. You know it. All right, so I'll put a little dab of glue there. I'm going to just wipe that off. Put that on. Add my little bow right up here. Like that. Okay. So, there's another card. That one's kind of fun. Hang in there. Could be needing to hang in there for a lot of reasons. Hang in there, your next baby visit is only a couple days away. Rich and I both are just incredibly smitten with this baby, I'm telling you. All right, where are we at here? Last card, and how, oh, I took a lot of time. Sorry, you guys. This one's going to be, I'll try and make this one quick, okay? All right. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I like this balloon. I like that basket better than this thicker basket. So we're going to swap those. And we're going to do that first. Oops, can you see? I ever do that? No worries. Right? No worries. It was a mistake piece of cardstock, so now here we go. Let me just put just the tiniest bit there and there. Okay. There we go. All right, then we're going to put a couple of little dimensionals. I think I can fit one on each. Yep, I can. All right. There's my scissors. All right. There we go. All right. So there's that. Then we're going to get that glue and we're going to add our little banner, our little flags there. A friend of mine posted today on Facebook. She woke up and went into the bathroom and noticed that she had a dimensional backing in her hair, which I thought was hysterical. She said, only my demonstrator friends will understand this. I think anybody that's crafted will, at least with Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, here we go. All right, so we'll add this kind of like over here, I think. There we go. You know how some of them have those flags and stuff on them draped across. All right. So what we have here is, these are the Countryside Inn or something like that dies. So this is, I think, the biggest one. And then a piece of the designer series paper. Now, I don't usually do this, but this is how sort of the directions for this class came. So it fits the entire front of the card. So we'll just add, whoops, there we go. We'll just add that to it. Now I find if I'm going to do this, the easiest way I find is to stand them both up on your desk and then feel for the edges and then put them together. And if you end up with a teeny bit of overhang, just trim it off. Just let your scissors run right next to that cardstock and just take that off. There. Perfect. And I might have, yep, a little tiny bit there too. Once I folded. There was a little tiny bit this way too. This is part of the reason, because you'd think that when you cut things or scored them, that the measurements would be the same, but sometimes it depends on which cutter or trimmer you're using, and if you used a different one, they can be just that 1/16 of an inch or 32nd of an inch or whatever it works out to. Just that tiny bit different. All right, so when we put this vellum on, we want to be a little bit careful about only putting adhesive where things are going to go. So what I'm going to actually do is adhere my circle, adhere my balloon, adhere my banner. Okay, so once I get this all on the vellum, then you'll see when I flip it over, I'll know right where to put my adhesive. Okay, so let's put some adhesive on this. Okay, and I'm going to put that at this end, like that. Then I'm going to take all my dimensional backings. I have quite a little pile over here off camera. We'll take those off. And put those there. Oops, I should have put one on the basket. That's all right. And let's put a couple right here. Okay, like that. So now we know that everything is where we want it. Now we can see where we can put adhesive. And we can even use a little bit of liquid adhesive right here. Okay. Like that. Because adhesives do tend to show through. I've tried some adhesives that say they're vellum friendly or whatever. They just always seem to be showing through for me, so I don't do that anymore. Okay, so now we're going to add a few gems. We'll add a bow. We're going to actually do a little bit of every color because they're all there. So we're going to do a triple bow with one strand of each. Oh, and I do have this little skinny piece, and I think I'm going to put, do I want to tie it in? I think I do. I was going to put the blue side, but I think I'm going to decorate the inside with this side, like that. And we'll just snip off that tiny little bit there. Okay. There's that. There's that. Let's do a couple of gems, and then it is time for all of us to get on with our evening. All right, let's put one of these. Whoops. Oh, the putty got stuck in the glue dot. Oh my gosh. Now it's stuck to my finger. Holy cow. All right, let's grab a lemon lolly, put that one up here. Let's get one of these little pool party, bring it over here. And let's do a fresh freesia one here. That's 4. That is not an odd number, so let's put one more over here. What didn't we use yet? Oh, we didn't use this brighter one. Oh, I don't know if I want that. Let's use one of these. Like that. Okay. All right, so then we're going to grab the other 2 spools of thread. We're going to grab the blue, And we're just going to take enough to do a quick bow. It's a little bit of a challenge to keep these from rolling all off the table and across the floor. And well, that just made me think of the spaghetti song, On Top of Old Smoky or whatever, On Top of Spaghetti. Remember singing that as a kid? I might be dating myself. Anyway, you know, the meatball rolls off the floor and out the door and whatever. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that bow. It's so pretty. I just have to find the best spot for it so it's not blocking all my words. All right. Okay. Let's see. Well, I could do it this way. I could do it kind of sideways. Or I could even do it over here. Well, wait a minute. What if I do it this way? Oh, that's a good thing. I like that. Let's do our glue up here. Like that. There. And that kind of disguises where that didn't meet up just the way I wanted it. Perfect. All right, let's get some of this mess cleaned up. Let's bring in the other two cards and get you guys on your way. All right, so we made this card. We made our split front card. And we made this horizontal card that covers, that used a lot of the designer series paper on that front. So I hope you had fun with those. If you haven't gotten this suite yet, you might want to consider it. It gets you some really, it's a nice suite, and everything goes together, and it doesn't have, you know, it's not like holiday specific. So, and it's has these beautiful spring colors. And if you order it before the 29th of February, did you know we get one extra shopping day this month? Woohoo! Thank you for the leap year. We get one extra shopping day. And one extra day of celebration. So if you haven't gotten it, this would be a good time. All right. Hey, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. And if you're local, stop by on Saturday and see me on Main Street at the shared space. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.